Hello, fellow squires and knights. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Foundation, Episode 5, Building Military. So there's a tiny housing shortage and a tiny bit of entertainment shortage. The entertainment shortage is as a result of the commoners that I have not having access to beer or wine or berry wine. But I'm not ready to take that on. Now, there are a few serfs that can't find homes near where they live. So there's some homelessness. So if I sort by issue, it's the villagers that work in this lumber camp, I'd assume. And the house is actually being queued up right now to be built. So that's a problem that's going to solve itself in short order. About maybe a fifth of the materials have been delivered to the manor house already. And the manor house itself is a labor splendor building. Which means, like, you kind of always get labor splendor from, like, markets in the manor house and the like. But whether you go clergy or kingdom can definitely be left at the player. So I'm simply ignoring clergy in this run, as I mentioned before. Now, in terms of the other raw resources, definitely have a lot of common clothes. So much so that I could open a trade with Middle here. They're allied with clergy, but that's fine. I think I'm going to do that so that I can start selling clothes as another way to make money. So clothes that are over, let's say, 75, I will sell. Fish, I'm going to hold on to. It's always good to stockpile food because there are, and I'm going to stop selling berries and meat as a result, because there are some events which cause you to have reduced production for food. So keeping a decent supply of it stockpiled is handy. And then in terms of planks, I'm going to sell only when we exceed, let's say, 75, because it's a very useful building material. And I'm going to raise polished stone up to 50 now. There. So adjusting the trade a little bit more. So I'm going to make less money from periodic trade, but except for the windfall of common clothes as we sell those. So I think at the moment I'm completely full of wood. I don't think it would be a bad idea, so that we can keep cutting down trees at pace, to set up another sawmill. Because of the money that I have, I'm just going to buy the territory right here to the cliff's edge, so that I'm not zone restricted in a weird way. And that means with another sawmill, I need to pick up 3 more immigrants. But that's, I mean, planks and polished stone are your primary building materials for a very long time, so it's good to have, like, a whole lot of them, so that you're never really waiting on raw resources. And yeah, a year is about to pass in game, so this is what we built in a year, which is quite a lot. And I wasn't trying to, like, speed it up and min-max it. Obviously, like, moving the manor hall, for instance, was a very expensive project that didn't make a whole lot of sense. But did it anyway. And there's no night or day. There are no seasons. Those are features. I'm not actually sure what features are going to be included in the future, but I suspect those are some features that might make their way into the game at some point. So I've got 5 people We have 3 carpenters, 1 hunter. I need 1 more person. Bailiff and then tax. If you're wondering, you cannot fish that is not in your territory. So if there wasn't a node of fish here, this fishing hut wouldn't have been able to be built. You can't cross boundaries for hunting, fishing, anything. Resources that are not owned by you, you can travel, you can walk, but you can't actually resource exploit. Just to point that out. So there's basically no meat in this market. All the meat that I have is probably tied up in this market over here. Yep. Pretty much. So I am trying to increase the amount of meat that we have available, which means another hunter. And I might even get a 4th hunter at some point. Just to really build up that supply. In fact, how about I put that in now? I'm keeping a lot of the woods around our base, or our town, pristine for the expressed supply of pork. There's the sawmill. 1, 2, 3. And then I have 2 unemployed, which is going to be bailiff and tax, once we have those 2 built. So as you can see here, I don't yet have a bailiff, but eventually we'll be able to gain influence with the labor or kingdom, revise privileges, revise an edict, and as we build the bailiff's office and the tax office, we'll be able to levy taxes without having to do one big levy, which upsets everyone, and to assess, you know, mining materials and things like that. There's a whole bunch of things that the bailiff can do. Bailiff is really important for your town. You cannot butcher the sheep, no. It's only hunting pork. There is no mutton. Just a game decision they made. And now I think probably everyone is housed, I'd imagine. Having built this house. Maybe? Okay, so we did just get the bailiff's office. Oh no, we got the tax collector. So let's go ahead and get a tax collector. So if I open up the mandates here and promote villagers to higher status, Hulkin, the unemployed dude, is going to skip over being a serf and go straight to tax collector. And then over here, I'll add him. And he is likely going to move to one of these 2 houses. And as a result, increase the tier of that house. So I'm going to encourage that by putting 2 trees here so that these houses have the beautification requirements met. And maybe they will also have the commoner resident met. So this is like going to be a wealthy coastal town, sort of, or some people there. Yep. So the only one not homed is here. And I'm gonna venture a guess to say I just need to offer more physical space. So I think what I want to do is I want to... Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the house. I didn't want to take up any of this area up here, because this area I intend to have be farmland at some point. So there's the house that is needed getting built now. Awesome. And the bailiff is ready to go. So, there are 3 potential bailiffs being drawn from our commoner pool. And I'm going to have you choose vote for the bailiff. So we have Halkin, who I just hired as a tax collector so I could replace him. And he would get a trade price bonus from Clergy Kingdom and Labor Allegiances. There's Ursilda, who would increase job learning speed by 10%. And then Sancha, which is the same bonus as Halkin. So have yourself a little votey vote for bailiff. Name the bailiff. I'll decide on Halkin. So here's what we can do with that. First thing I want to do is to set taxation. Which is interesting. It is also Halkin, but he's finishing up, so we're going to have to replace him. So I'm going to wait for Halkin to be replaced as bailiff. So Halkin, being the bailiff, means that we will be able to do some extra mandates. So the first one that it wants me to do is to complete the mandate, gain influence with a labor estate. So, start. And that's going to be a 30-day campaign where Halkin will be deployed out of our kingdom to go abroad to drum up support for us for labor. So that my labor influence goes up. And as soon as he changes jobs here, because right now I think what's happening is he's probably walking around like idle or something. I don't exactly know what he's doing. But then you, whoever just hired, is going to become our next tax collector. Godram. Once the people move around. Ooh, and we have another house upgrading. And then the house on the coast, where Halkin and Godram live. Oh, there's also whoever you are. He's a serf that lives in a commoner house. But because of Halkin, this house upgraded just as I thought it would. Come on. Finish up, Halkin. But what I can do is I can increase taxation. So the way this works is if you open up your book, you can set taxes. So I'm going to raise taxes up to 15%, which lowers global happiness but increases total tax, and it's better than just like the levy taxes all at once. And now our tax officer will be responsible for going house to house, collecting said taxes. So if you take a look at any given house, you can see that it has stored tax, and they're responsible for going door to door collecting that. So if these houses like fill up, then you're like inefficiently collecting taxes. So I'm a little worried about the tax office being so far from, oops, I didn't mean to take a screenshot, from where the houses are, but it should be fine, I think. That's essentially how to levy taxes. So it wants me to have a monthly profit from taxes of above 100. Let's see about actually setting that up. This is 155. Yeah, so that should be fine. And now we've hired Godram as the tax collector because Halkin is now the bailiff, meaning that Halkin should. Yep, there he is, going out of town to drum up support for labor. Because that's the mandate that we sent him on as a result of the quest. So that's going to be done in about 30 days, and the tax profit will be done somewhere around 30 days. And it wants me to enact an edict, the contractual wage edict, as another one of the quests to be accepted. So if we go to the common path, there's the contractual wage edict. Decreases the cost of every mandate by 50%, decreases the time of every mandate by 50%. So, we'll do that. Contractual edict has been passed, and that will speed up any of the mandates that we assign the bailiff, which is going to be really important in the long run. So I'm currently working on complete the gain influence with labor and increasing taxation. So what I want to do next is build a fort. The question I have for you is, should the fort be on the... Oh, celebrating the laborers. Yes. So I just agreed to a regional fair. And if I keep happiness above 75, I, like, pass and everyone becomes happier. And if I fail, they become upset. So I need to make sure that they stay happy. So I think what I'm going to do is reduce taxes, meaning that I will not fulfill the taxation quest for now, but I'd rather not fulfill the taxation quest and not fail the fair, because the fair has way bigger penalties. And the taxation doesn't have a time limit, so I'm focusing on the fair. So the question I have for you guys is where to build the fort. So there's a few options. I could have it be in town, on the coast, which would be around here. Or I could have it be on the island. Choose between those two. I'll give you just a minute to vote. But thank you for voting. And these little icons are people who are fair attendees. They're visiting citizens. And they want to be offered food and water to this specific fair. And keeping them happy is kind of the goal of the fair. So, I have 17 days of hosting the fair goers. Meaning that I don't want to bottom out on food or water for that duration. Oh, common path flourishing tier had reached. Our prosperity has gone up, and now I can start to do beer brewing, common goods, luxury markets, sculpture, etc., etc., etc. We're even more prosperous. That was faster than I thought. And you guys want the fort to be on the island. Copy that. So, building, administration, military fort. So, in terms of the military fort, it needs a fortified keep that has a watch post roof minor. So if I take a look at the book here and go to Kingdom, the watch post roof minor is locked. Basically, I don't have access to it. So in order to get access to it, I need to start a fort and then gain influence to improve my fort. So the first is going to be the fortified keep. I'm going to build a wooden keep up here on the cliffside. With a door, a guard location, a visitor location. We'll give this thing a large porch. And then I want it to be I want it to have a bit of splendor, because I need for it to increase my rating so that I can actually add the roof section that I'm required to add. Obviously, deforesting up here would be a bit of a benefit, but I'm just like building to push the trees away. And then for this to be a valid keep, it does need a roof. So I'm going to build a roof now, but eventually, once I have the ability to buy the hilltop watchtower, I'll replace it with a hilltop watchtower. So the Kingdom Splendor added, if I built what I've set up now, is 32, which should be enough to help my kingdom rating. Because my influence and rating suck right now because I haven't done anything. The other thing that you could do for raiding is a stake wall. So another way to increase your kingdom rating is to wall it up. I don't really want to go that route. It doesn't serve a purpose. You don't get raided like that. Oh, this house is getting downgraded because a commoner moved out. Not my problem. So we'll get that little hill fort built. I also have tons of coin, so let's spend some. I'm just gonna buy some like common path stuff. So I bought better decorations, tooling, beer production. Just because I needed to spend it because we don't have a treasury yet, so I can't go over the 500. Oh, nice! Delighted visitors. I did a really good job hosting that fair. I'm almost out of berries, but I just got a huge happiness boon, so I'm over 100% happiness as a result, which means that I can raise taxes a little bit more because I won't dip below a happiness threshold in doing that. Which means I can fulfill the taxes quest. Quit, tax them. Yeah. God, my poor berries. Oh, that has a double entendre. I mean, my poor food supply of berries. Yes, that's what I meant. Oh, that looks really nice. So, in this case, these houses are like 2 houses instead of 1. But everyone has a house. And the hill fort's being supplied. So, let's go ahead and hire. Soldier. So now we have 4 soldiers in our kingdom. Oh, they're delighted again, even happier. Man, I'm really, hook, line, and sinker. So, I am going to add sub-buildings to this thing. I'm going to add a training ground where they get to train on training dummies. I'm going to add 6 training dummies. I'm also going to add a barracks where they sleep. It's too far. You really want it? I don't need for it to be attached. Come on. There. And we'll stick a door. Where's the door? Here it is. So this is an instance, the first instance where I have the fort, but it has like multiple outbuildings. And that's so that the soldiers can train and can sleep here. So we'll have the fortified keep, the training grounds, and the barracks all built up. It also wants me to acquire military fort splendor, which I need more influence for, so we're working towards that. The fair is 6 more days, and yeah, we have a happiness of 102, well over the 75 mark, so I'm not worried about failing that now. We are sitting pretty. Can I import berries? Yes. Actually, let's buy berries to top up to 50. Because I don't want to lose that as a food source for now. Once I start farming and turning that into bread, it will help to spread out the need for berries. Because people will start buying bread instead, lowering the demand for berries. So with these soldiers, we can also deploy them out to do stuff. So if we go to the book tab here and go to Army or F6, eventually once we have the fort, we'll be able to actually send our soldiers out to do repair neighboring towns or raid farms or a whole bunch of things, which is a fun way to use them. Wonder how close I am to the taxation. Oh my god. Delighted visitors again. Apparently I'm a good governor. I can live with that. Newcomers just came in. I'm going to hire 2 of them and make them also soldiers. We'll have 6. The bailiff is getting done. About 2/3 done. And there's a courier coming. I wonder if it's coming to the manor hall. A merry fair. Trade price bonus of 10% from villagers with labor allegiance and 25% happiness for my villagers, and also 10 influence for Labor Party. There, I bought basically everything I could. Improving trade with Middle. Accumulate 50 polished stone. I'm going to refuse to help for now, because Middle is a clergy-run city, so I don't really need trade rep with them. So I'm not concerned about that at all. So the dorms can house up to 8. Maybe what I'll do is I'll hire 2 more soldiers and make it clean 8, meaning that I should update my training grounds to add 2 more dummies. And that way we can have 8 soldiers training at once. So it's also worth noting the splendor. My kingdom splendor is going up. So once my splendor gets up to... So right now, because I'm non-exclusively supporting kingdom, I have a negative 15 modifier. So if I get my splendor up to 20, I'll have a total rating of 5, and I'll be able to buy the military fort splendor that I'm been issued a task to do. So I'm trying to get my splendor up to at least 20, and this fort, once complete, will have will be close to that. So I might tinker with it to get it up to a clean 20. There's 2 more soldiers, up to 8. Wood for the elders. I'm not going to do that right now because I have a lot of building projects and I'd rather have the timber. And I just followed the advice for taxation. So I'm going to reduce my taxes because I don't need that much money at the moment. Because my coffers are completely runneth over. So I'll buy common goods and Lux Market just because you can't go over your coin max. I could build a treasury to expand the coins, but I'm got too many building projects going on right now. The other way to build up influence with the Kingdom Party is to, once this is built, to send your soldiers out to go do missions. So that's pretty much going to be my bread and butter for Kingdom rep once this fort is done. And for some reason or another, I forgot to prioritize its construction, so I just hit the priority arrow, so that will get done sooner. Said no lord ever? True, I guess, but I'm not like those other lords. I like to actually keep my people happy. And they are way happy. They're over 100% happiness. So, doing something right. The bailiff is about to be done. So if we take a look at the mandates here, There's like maybe a day left. He's probably actually, I'm guessing, walking back right now if I track Hulkin. Yeah, there he is. So once he's back, I will have completed the assigning the bailiff mission, and then we can have him start doing prospecting, maybe? And here comes a courier. So the bailiff is back from their diplomacy mission, and I gained enough labor influence for all of the notable privileges as well. So the next thing I want the bailiff to do is to analyze the mineral deposits in this adjacent territory. Takes 10 days, and I'll pay it a little bit of gold to go do that. Improve trade with Northbury. I don't have bread, so come back later. Wow, I made 500 gold in trade. What did I sell? A lot of planks, common clothes, and polished stone. Actually, I did 852 in trade. My goodness. Well, the military forts almost have all of its materials delivered. And the reason I haven't started to grow wheat and hops for beer or any of that is I could hire more buildings, but I only have really so much capacity for building and materials for building, so I'm choosing very specific projects because I think they'd be more intriguing to show you guys. Because if I started building everything all at once, I would get nothing done. So I'd rather get some of the kingdom progression done in my remaining time. Uh-oh, my coin is, Alright, let's go buy something. Common path, and sculpture, and decorative. Efficiently run towns like mine, where I don't build excess, means, I have a lot of coin to spend. Quite a lot of coin. I could buy land. Land has a recurring cost, whereas buying blueprints, in other words, do not have a recurring cost. So I prefer to buy all the blueprints available to me, because if I'm not generating more revenue, adding a whole bunch of land without that extra taxed revenue means that eventually I run out of coin. And I don't want to go that route. I could buy the rest of the island, but it does, if you take a look at the territory, 15 gold a month for the rest of that island. And it doesn't mean anything to me. Or actually, it would be 30 gold a month, because I would need to buy two slices of it. It looks to me, I'm going to pause my tailor for a minute. Oh, we are notable kingdom tier. Perfect. So, that's because enough of a fort got built that our rating is really in the positive now. So I just need to build up some influence with Kingdom in order to buy that Watchtower blueprint. So if we go to book and go to army, we now have these missions that we can run. So if I prepare my troops, I don't have any weapons for them. So what's going to be, let's see, can we import weapons? Yes, I can. So I'm going to start buying... Oh, no, that's selling. Sorry. We're going to need to... Army raised. Forward. March. The clamor of military exercises echoes throughout the village. These might not be the most pleasant sounds, but they are a good reminder that your people are safe. Very well. So we gained an extra 10% happiness from that. And I'm just looking at all the blueprints we've unlocked. A noble duty. So this grants me 20 swords and 5 influence. The king has noticed my military fort, wants to be sure that you, his loyal vassal, have everything I need to host an army. Well, thank you. So in receiving these weapons, I can now go back to the book tab and go to the army, or just hit F6. I should just hit F6. And then I'm going to choose Hunt Vermins. It's easy and near. I'm going to prepare my troops and set swords up for all of my troops. They're mostly untrained at level 0. And I'm going to send all 8 of them to the mission. So now all 8 are going to go deploying out as an army to go hunt vermin in a nearby land. And in completing that, they're going to come back with spoils. Maybe it's meat, maybe it's coin, and then also experience, and then also kingdom influence, having actually run some missions. And maybe when they're back, they'll actually have a completed training ground and barracks, because at the moment they only have 2 training dummies. So there's still some room for improvement for their facilities. Oh, here's my soldiers getting deployed, marching out to the edge of town. And yeah, the out of village is not rendered. I don't get to see it. It doesn't happen here. Everything happens elsewhere. So here's my 8 soldiers. Zymeria and Segar and so on and so forth. And in fact, you know what? How about, I know it's not that meaningful, but I'm going to name it after you guys. So raffle timer's up for the names of these soldiers, and also I'll do the name of my tax collector and my bailiff. So there's 10 raffles going on right now. Good luck. And hope that none of you die fighting vermin. Oh my god. Citizens, chill. You're way too happy. So my soldiers need the barracks built for proper housing, which is not built. So they're not fully happy, but we're working on it. We're working on it. And then once that's built, I can consider tavern. Doing the tavern and beer industry. I'm down. But we have a lot of like random houses and the like to build and maintain that have been a bit neglected as a result of this expensive military fort. Thank you for tuning in to Foundation, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 29th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow villagers.